In this Bardeen tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build custom notifications so that you never miss a thing, like this guy.
I'm late for school!
What type of automations are we talking about here? Well, you can get a custom Slack message when a new email arrives. You can get summaries of emails, say Telegram or as a text message. You can even track websites for changes. When the price changes, you can get a notification. The limit is your imagination. Let's dive in. First, let's cover the fundamentals. What are notifications? Well, there are two parts to them. There is a trigger, so when an email arrives, when a new spreadsheet row is added, so that's the trigger. That's something that's going to kickstart our notification. And there is the notification message itself. It can be a browser notification, it can be a text message, it can be whatever else you want. It can even be an email. Let's take a look at the very first use case. It will send an email to the participant of a given meeting 5 minutes before it starts. It saves so much time. By the way, if you didn't know, the average meeting starts 7 minutes late. This automation can reduce it down to the minimum. All you need to do is you need to go to the description of this video, find the link to this automation and try it out. The way you're going to try it out is you can pin this automation. You'll obviously need the Bardeen Chrome extension installed to make it work. And you can just enable it like this, and automatically, that's it. You're going to receive notifications. So let's go ahead and try to trigger this automation ourselves. I've just created a meeting that starts in 6 minutes over here. So what you can do is you can open up Bardeen and click on Show Activity and see what happens. And here's my reminder email. It also has the meeting link, which is super neat. And by the way, if you want to see all of the times when a given automation was run, you can open up Bardeen and hover the automation that you're interested in and click on Show Activity. And just like this, you're going to see all of the instances of this automation being run. If you want to pause the automation, you can just toggle it off and you're good to go. I just showed you a pre-built notification automation, but the cool thing is that Bardeen already comes with hundreds of automations just like this one. So you can go to the Playbooks catalog or Autobooks because it gets triggered automatically, aka Autobook, and browse through the notification automations that are out there. You can enable them with just a few clicks. But in the next section, I'm going to show you how to build your very own ones, and the use case is this. Say we want to track a given spreadsheet, and when a new spreadsheet row is added, we're going to send that spreadsheet row as a Slack message. Check this out. Here I am in Google Sheets. I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. Let's call it Slack Notifications. And let's imagine it's a leads list, so you want to get all of the opportunities sent to a given channel in Slack. So there we have it. Let's format it really quick. And all I need to do is I need to open up Bardeen and create a new automation. For this specific automation, we're clearly looking for Google Sheets, and then you can browse to different actions. There are when actions, when something happens. This is the trigger action. But the cool thing is that you can actually look through all of the other apps and see what you can do. Here, you can click on when something happens if you have a given app selected, or you can just deselect that. This way you can see all of the possible triggers for your notification. For example, this one can send a notification when a certain amount of time has passed, when you visit a specific website, and so much more. So let's select Google Sheets. Here we have 4 different options. I want to say when a row is added to a Google Sheets tab. And then I'm going to pick this Slack notification spreadsheet. The tab name is Sheet 1. Just like this. So this trigger action is going to notify us when something happens. Now that our automation knows when to run, when the new spreadsheet row is added, we're going to send a notification via Slack. Let's add a new action over here. And on the left side, I'm going to pick Slack. If you do not have Slack enabled, for example, you can click on this plus icon and just browse through all of the apps, such as Telegram, WhatsApp, SMS, for example, where you can add other notification type of actions. So here we have send Slack message. And for send Slack message, I want to say something like new lead created. To do that, you can just type in a comma and select append. And just like this, you can send another message. I want to select data and pick all fields. This means that this spreadsheet returns a row that was changed, and then here we're sending all of the information from that spreadsheet row. Another thing that you can do append again, and you can even send the link to that spreadsheet. For example, sheet, and then the link to the spreadsheet. Just like this, we have our message of this action created. Now we need to send it to either a channel or a person. I have the channel that's called automations. Similar to what we did earlier, you can send the same message to multiple participants by adding a comma over here or sending it to a number of channels. And then we have the notification action to send a Slack message. You can actually send multiple messages across different platforms if you want. Just add an action over here. But for this very first use case, this is just enough. And call this automation leads to Slack. Very important, enable your automation by clicking on it. And let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, just like this, we've added a spreadsheet row. It may take up to a minute for Bardeen to get this automation triggered. Now let's go to Slack, and here we go. In our automations channel, here we have our 3 messages that were sent, including the link to the spreadsheet. Frankly, it's this simple. There's a trigger action and there is a notification action. When you combine the two inside the builder, enable the automation, there you have your very own custom notification center. Up next, I want to take things up a notch. I want to create a custom notification center where all of the notifications that were ever run are going to be logged into a spreadsheet. Let's go ahead and build it. I'm just going to create a new tab in our existing spreadsheet and call it notifications. Let's create some columns. I went to Bardeen's Playbook catalog and found this automation that summarizes new emails and send them to Slack. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin this automation. This way I do not need to build them from scratch. But the really cool thing that you can do is you can just open this automation in the builder and modify it the way you want. So here we have our trigger action when email is received. You can specify here if it's received from somebody specific or if it has a specific subject line. I'm going to delete that variable so that this trigger runs on all of the emails that arrive. After we have a summary created by OpenAI, we are sending that summary as a Slack message. Over here you have the recipient that you can customize as well. Let's send it to our automations channel, for example. And here we have 3 actions in a pre-built playbook. But what I want to do is I want to just add a new action over here. And I want to add a new spreadsheet row so that we have a log of all of the times this automation runs. Let's add a spreadsheet row, pick our Slack notification spreadsheet, pick the second tab. For the message variable, we're going to use this OpenAI summary. Then for the app, we can just type something in, email to Slack. This way we know which automation was triggered. And finally, we have this time triggered variable. Here's a really cool thing that you can do. Let's add another action just prior to this one and find get current time. There we have it. And here for time triggered, we're going to select get current time. We can pick the format, click on done. Click on done again to name this automation. I guess it's already named. Let's go ahead and enable it. And there we have our custom notification center. Let's give it a shot. Let's test it out. I'm going to compose a new email. Let's call it demo email. It's going to be sent to my email that I have integrated with Bardeen. Let's create a dummy email. I'm using Spark that has an AI feature here enabled. Absolutely love it. You should go check it out. Here we're going to type in the prompt. Just talk about how awesome today went. Okay, there we have our dummy message. I'm going to send it through. It was an AI generated message that's going to be summarized with AI. It's kind of funny, right? Okay, just like this, the spreadsheet row was added. Here we have the timestamp. Here we have the message summary. That expresses how amazing their day was. Okay, that was pretty useless. And here we have the name of the automation. Thanks for watching. And as always, all of the links to the automations that you've seen in this video are in the description. So go ahead and try them out yourself. There are frankly hundreds of notification types of automations that you can try out. Give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.